Capricorn, this new moon, you are the Queen of Swords. And if I'm being honest, this is kind of how I think of you anyway. I have so many good friends who are Capricorns, and they are all independent, boss bitch, above it all type queens, you know? Very, very smart, so sharp. And that's what she's all about. You know, she's independent, she does the research, she faces the harsh truths. I'm sorry, she faces the harsh truths. And, you know, her reward for her wisdom is solitude, cynicism. I don't know if I would call it sorrow, more like pain and acceptance. Clarity about the way the world really works. That's what this card is all about. Whoa, I got a 10 of swords and a 10 of wands that just fell out on the floor together, so I would love to explore those. Please. Let me say this before anything else. A couple more words about the Queen of Swords. She's not afraid to do the dirty work. She's not afraid to ask the tough questions. She's not afraid to face herself in the mirror. That's the same vibe I get when I see the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. It's about harsh truths, ego death, and just bearing the ultimate burden because you are the one who is capable of that. That's Capricorn. That I know that's the way Capricorn feels about themselves. You've been doing this for a long time. You're the best. But the fact that we're seeing these 10s here also gets me wondering, like, how much longer can that go on that way? At some point, doesn't something have to give? And the fact that we've got the 10 and the 10 means that it is giving. It has given, is about to give. It is giving. Something new has to happen because no mortal can bear the weight of all this. There they go. Tower. Got one on the desk. 6 of Pentacles reversed. And one on the floor that shall remain a mystery for now. Yeah, obviously this is your tower moment, or you're going through your tower moment, or you're about to see your tower moment. This doesn't surprise me at all too, because I know how Cappy is about accumulating material goods, wanting to feel safe, wanting to have an abundance of things. Call it a fear of scarcity, sorry. But you feel like you've got more going out than coming in. This is really interesting because what this is giving me with the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords is that you're bearing a huge burden. You feel this like spiritual weight, but you don't know why. You don't consciously comprehend it. You don't know where it's leading. You don't understand it at all. I feel like you haven't asked that many questions about this. I know I said that you're a question asker, but you haven't asked that many questions about this. Well, the 9 of Pentacles came out, which is another like quintessentially Capricorn card. This is absolutely who you want to be, who you see yourself as, you know, just this is your ideal you. This is your ideal you. You would be fulfilled. I think without the family element isn't as important to you, you know, as just having your like home and your garden and like your accomplishments up on the wall, you know, just to have something to show for all your hard work, because we know you're like the hardest worker and you take pride in that, and you should. But But Three of Swords, but Queen of Wands reversed. It's weird. I feel like I have three different readings right now. Maybe they'll come together in the end. So this one's speaking to me first because, again, with your blindness to, you feel like a spiritual burden, but you don't see why. You're like unaware of your own spiritual rulership. Well, that's why. Why do you have 10 wands? Why are you carrying such a heavy load? Because you're the queen, baby. So that's still unrecognized, consciously anyway, by you. I think you think that all of the work you need to do is earthly. And I mean, we did come here for a reason, so that in a way is true. But you can't, those aren't separate. Those aren't separate missions. I also want to say that I just feel like you're so isolated. You isolate yourself from others. Just, I mean, sometimes it's not inherently a bad thing. Like the Nine of Pentacles, she's very happy and satisfied with her little part of the world. And same with the Queen of Swords. Like she's not unhappy to be alone, but it's interesting because the Queen of Wands, which is reversed here, is so much more of like a communal energy, like it's a Leo card, hearth fire, you know, the kind of person who just draws people to them and is really like enlivened by the company of others. I'm not getting any of that with you. Not that you're not capable of it, not that it doesn't exist for you, like, but here I'm not getting any of that. I think I'm understanding your tower moment now. You had all these plans that were destroyed by some act of God, some act of fate, something that feels so out of your control that nothing you do, nothing you know how to do, and you know how to do a lot, but nothing you know how to do is getting you back on track. And all you want to be is back on track to the Nine of Pentacles. That's all you freaking want. But instead, there's more going out than is coming in. Like I said, instead, you feel like you're hemorrhaging resources. And that is a source of great sorrow for you. That's all. Again, knowing my Cappies, I almost want to say that you feel like that's the end of the world. That is just absolutely the worst thing that could be happening. And I guess what I would love to do is offer you some advice from Mother Earth, from the Wildwood Tarot, from the Green Man and Woman, from nature, because as I've been saying to so many other signs at this new moon, man, we have a lot to learn from the earth. Go outside and let nature heal you. Oh, Capricorn. I have a Capricorn moon, so everything I say about you is true of me too, so no worries about that. I'm a Capricorn moon, Leo sun, Leo rising though, so we're very much in tension inside of me. We're in tension with one another. I'm just gonna drop these right here. Nine of Swords reversed. That's good. You're imagining it to be worse than it is. You know what I mean? What I said about the Three of Swords, it's the worst thing you could imagine. Well, you're imagining it to be worse than it is. It's not as big a catastrophe as you think. Like I already said, it's gonna come back around. That's just how the laws of nature work. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles again here. Yeah, see, don't worry about it. You got this. And actually, this is a good opportunity to explore another side of the Nine of Pentacles, because here in this deck, it's called tradition. So there's much less of an emphasis on like isolation and accumulation and success, or even like building or like entrepreneurship. There's none of that here at all. Everything that this person has been gained on the shoulders of the ancestors. You're never alone, and you never did it yourself. And so by the same token, your hard work is never in vain. You're doing work now that will be visible generations from now. And even if it's never acknowledged or recognized, like that doesn't change the fact that the effort you put into life will pay dividends for, I don't know, your soul, like for humanity. That's a beautiful thing. That's something to be proud of. Okay, anyway. Interesting to get Five of Pentacles reversed on this stack here. So it's endurance in this deck. It's thought to be a card of lack. Of course, it's turning on its head. Okay, no, it makes sense. Again, with the idea of coming out of the nightmare, like you will get back up on your feet, but I need you to stop thinking in material terms and start thinking about what you already have in droves, things to be grateful for, things that are a little less tangible. Like I said, for example, this like great spiritual richness that is your gift, And it's not like an inherently Capricorn thing. I'm just saying you, whoever you are watching this reading, like you have that gift. You can use that gift, that warmth that you have to like melt the coldness of your Queen of Swords. You can step into your Queen of Wands. You can invite others into your garden. And then, yeah, I think when you start realizing how much you already have, how many things of value you already have that aren't physical or material, then you're going to open up the gates and you're going to allow the universe to flood back in with what you do need to survive. It's always going to provide, I promise you.